Do your Gadsden grooves sound like this? Do your Tom Sawyer covers sound all out of whack? Do you find yourself playing in time, even playing pocket, but still getting side-eyed by your band leader or recording engineer? What? Then your issue could be your balance between the voices on the kit. Hey drummers, if you sounded like any of the players that you just heard, then I have the solution for you. It's the two sound level concept developed in part by David Garibaldi of Tower of Power. In Garibaldi's book, Future Sounds, he breaks down that there are basically three voices in most modern music: bass drum, snare drum, and hi-hats. And for all intents and purposes, whenever you're playing at any dynamic level, you're either playing an accent or a non-accent. There's not much to talk about with bass drum technique, since in most modern music, the bass drum is going to be playing accented stuff. We could talk about bass drum technique, but that's probably for another video. With the snare drum, you definitely hear a difference between the two sound levels. If you watch any video of David Garibaldi, watch his left hand and you will get a masterclass in accents. Your accented snare is going to be in the center of the head, about 8 inches off the drum. Not all the way up, just 8 inches. The unaccented snare is going to be in the same spot in the center of the drum, but just a little tap, just as much as you can get. Now, you can go slightly off center for the non-accented stuff, but I think for learning purposes, it's good to stay all in the same spot on the drum. Now, the hi-hat is where things start to get interesting. Normally, when we're playing accents, to get the sound of an accent, we'll play higher, we'll play louder. In the two sound level concept, you don't need to do that. The non-accented hi-hat is going to sound pretty similar to most other hi-hats that you play. Just a nice little tap, tip of the stick on the hi-hat. But to achieve the sound of an accent, all you need to do is move your hand slightly inwards so that the shoulder of your stick is playing on the edge of the cymbal. So you hear the difference between the non-accent and the accent. And the difference there is not a vertical motion of my arm, but more of a horizontal motion. If you watch videos of James Gadsden, Anderson .Paak, you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, let's talk about balancing all three of these voices: bass, snare, and hi-hat. The loudest thing you want in your balance is the accented snare. That's the backbeat. That's what you want everyone clapping to. And right below that, supporting that, you want your accented kick. Below both of those, below your backbeat, that's where you're going to have the accented hi-hat. If the snare and kick are at forte, then the accented hi-hat is going to be right under there at mezzo forte, and everything else, all the non-accented stuff, that's going to be way down here at piano. Now, I have a graph linked below the video for all you visual learners out there that kind of charts everything out a little bit better. The two sound level concept helps you differentiate between accents and non-accents, and it helps keep all of your voices balanced. All of this detailed balancing put together will take your grooves to the next level. Now let's put all this together in an exercise. This exercise is right out of Future Sounds, and it's simple, but it isn't easy. Now you're going to have 4 on the floor in the kick, and your hands are just going to be playing paradiddles with the accent on the first part of the paradiddle. You're going to start by playing all the accents on the beat. Now, we're going to going to keep the same sticking, the same accent at the beginning of the paradiddle, but we're just going to shift everything over 1/16 note, so you're starting on the E of the beat. And it's going to sound a little something like this. Shift it over one more time so that your accent's on the and. One more time with the accent on the of the beat. Now, let's put the whole thing together, each permutation for 2 bars each. I'll have the sheet music link below the video so you can play along. That's a doozy. But give it a try. Give future sounds a try. There's a ton more stuff in there. Now, I'm going to pay tribute to David Garibaldi and try to answer that eternal question, what is hip?